Welcome to the transition section of our website. Hopefully you're enjoying the last few weeks of primary school. I know many of you have been on some fantastic residentials, day trips and are taking part in all sorts of end of year activities. One of those end of year activities is Secondary School Taster Day, and that takes place next week on Wednesday the 6th of July. So I'd like to start with giving you some information about the day. You will be collected and returned to your primary school on transport provided by St Benedict's. You need to attend the day wearing your primary school uniform. You don't need to bring any lunch or money for lunch, this will all be provided. What you do need to bring is a school bag, which can have a bottle of water, but please no fizzy drinks, and a pencil case with some basic equipment. What you don't need on Taster Day is your mobile phone. The same evening, we're hosting a Parents' Information Evening. And this will take place at either 5:15 or 6:15, depending on the primary school that your son or daughter attends. So please take some time to look at the allocated slots. I'd like to take this opportunity to just introduce some more key staff. Mrs Jackson, our head teacher, Mrs Young, our head of Year 7, and Mrs Goodwin, our Year 7 learning mentor, all three of which are heavily involved in the Taster Day on Wednesday. The other member of staff that's going to be really important to your son or daughter is their form tutor. In Year 7 we have 8 tutor groups, and your son or daughter will find out who their tutor is when they arrive at Taster Day on Wednesday. So what is a tutor group? When does it happen? Tutor group happens for 15 minutes every morning between 8:40 and 8:55. Each tutor has got an allocated room, and for 4 mornings of the week they will spend the first 15 minutes of the day in that room. One morning of the week they will have an assembly with the rest of Year 7 in the theatre. What happens in tutor groups? The main thing about Year 7 tutor is to get you organised for the day. We will check your uniform, make sure you've got all the equipment that you need, that you know on your timetable what lessons you have for the day. We also check conduct and achievement points. In terms of uniform, these are our uniform expectations. Every student must have either navy blue trousers or a skirt, a navy blue school blazer, a white shirt with a red and navy tie, and black footwear. The footwear can be either trainers or shoes, but they must be entirely black. The only exception to this are docks, which have the yellow stitching round. Jewellery, students can wear 1 stud per person per ear and a watch. Other than that, we don't allow any other jewellery in school. Here's an example of our PE kit. The compulsory items are either a shorts or a skirt, red socks and a school polo shirt. Students will have 1 indoor and 1 outdoor lesson a week, regardless of weather. So I would advise you to buy the optional hoodie, because that is the only additional outer layer that students are allowed to wear for PE. PE kit must be worn for every lesson. All students get changed. If there's a reason that your son or daughter can't participate practically in the lesson, they will still change and they will take part in another way, whether it be officiating, umpiring or organising. In terms of uniform, our uniform selling day is happening this Saturday, Saturday the 2nd of July. The Year 7 slot is between 11 AM and 1 PM. What equipment will my son or daughter need in September? The most important thing is a comfortable, sturdy school bag. Unlike at primary school, students can't leave everything in their classrooms. They're moving around 6 times a day, so they have to carry their belongings with them. We don't access lockers. Please make sure that their school bag can hold everything that they need and is going to be comfortable to carry around. Here are some examples of what they may need in their bags. When they arrive in September on that very first day, where will they go? Well, each year group has an entrance, and the Year 7 entrance is at the side of the main building. Students should aim to arrive on site by 8:35 and at that point go direct to their tutor classroom. Please be aware that the roads around the campus are extremely busy from 8:20 in the morning, so bear that in mind if you're dropping your child at school. The layout of the school is quite simple. Students are always concerned about, will I get lost? It's very difficult to get lost. The school is on 3 floors, A, B and C, and the classrooms are allocated depending on their subject. The curriculum that's delivered in Year 7 is outlined on our website under Curriculum Intent. Please spend some time having a look at the types of work that your students will be doing in September. Each student is given a timetable. They get a paper copy of this timetable on their first day of September. This is really important to keep safe. I would advise people to take photographs, maybe take some copies and have it stuck up at home. Getting themselves organised the night before school is really important. They will need to look at the lessons that they're going to have the next day and make sure they have got the right equipment in their bag, whether it be a PE kit, cooking, whether it be the maths book or English book. It's really important that you do that the night before. I've also put on there some timings of the day. In terms of the timetable, students will also have access to an electronic copy, and that comes through our EduLink. This is the school app that allows staff to communicate with both students and parents, and there's a separate video below that explains this app. You should have received login details and will be able to access this in September. We also have an app called Parent Pay, in which our lunch payments are made. We have 45 minutes for lunch, and lunch is split. Year 7, 9 and 11 have lunch together, and Year 8, 10s and 12s. Again, you will receive login details to access Parent Pay. Students can have packed lunches, or they can have school meals, or they can have a combination of the two. School dinners are on a pay-as-you-go system, so parents upload money onto the account and then students spend them at lunchtime. If you're on free school meals, this will automatically upload each day. Here's an example menu. In addition to this, each day there's a selection of cold and hot sandwiches, hot baguettes, salads and baked potatoes. Can I just make you aware of our end of the day timings? School finishes at 3:25 on a Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. However, school finishes at 2:30 on a Thursday and Friday. Students are free to leave site at the end of the day and do not need to be signed out or collected by parents. Please make sure if you are collecting your students by car that you are considerate in your parking. Mobile phones. Mobile phones are the student's responsibility. An acceptable use policy must be agreed before students are allowed to have their phones on site. Phones can only be used at break time and lunch times in designated areas, and no phone calls can be made or received at any time. Unacceptable use of mobile phones will not be tolerated. So finally, if you have any questions or any concerns, then you can contact me directly on the email address there. We can't wait to meet your son or daughter next week.